Hey everybody, Dr. K here, and today we are talking food, specifically meal planning and grocery shopping. Why are we talking about this? I think planning ahead and figuring out, giving some thought to what you're going to eat during the week is the biggest thing you can do to change your nutrition, to change your diet, and to have a little bit more control over it. Cooking your own food is a great way of controlling what's in your food. If you're eating in a restaurant or you're eating out at a fast food joint, you have no idea what's going into that. Anybody that's ever worked in a restaurant can tell you that most of the food that you think comes out of the kitchen delicious is just layered and loaded with butter and a lot of other things that are really unhealthy for you. So cook your own food, you know what you're eating. It's really gonna help you to start losing some weight, doing the right things for yourself. This also eliminates cheating, right? If you don't have anything packed for your lunch or you don't have anything in the fridge for dinner, that's where we start to make bad decisions. We order pizza, we run out for something real quick, we run out the door in the morning, we don't have anything for breakfast, we grab something from Starbucks. Again, loaded, high calories, low nutrition. We want to avoid that kind of stuff. So by eliminating cheating, cooking your own food, planning ahead, that's going to help you to get there. This also saves you money. If you've ever downloaded one of those financial apps and it tells you you spent $225 at Starbucks this month and you spent $50 at the grocery store, clearly you're doing something wrong. You can make your own coffee, you can make your own egg sandwiches. And so by doing this, you're also going to save some money, which everybody likes. Not everybody likes cooking. I implore you, please give this a shot. I think you're really going to enjoy it once you get some of the techniques and the basic stuff down. And it can be a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. There's nothing I would rather be doing on a Sunday afternoon than hanging out with my wife and daughter and meal prepping for the week, doing some cooking. And it's a really relaxing time for myself and my family. And I think if you can get everybody in on it, you guys are really going to start enjoying this. So the planning portion, how do you go about doing this, especially if you are not a cook? You can use some of the sample meal plans that we've put together for you for the week and see how that goes. That's a lot of that comes out of what I eat and what we do on Sundays to plan ahead for our week and our meal plan. So that's all stuff that I've tried out. If you don't like tuna, then maybe sub out the tuna sandwich that you have on Monday, Wednesday. You can also do this on your own, and it's really not that difficult if you sit down, you take 20 minutes and think about it. As you go through, and for the meals and for the meal planning and what we want you doing food-wise, 5 meals. So you're gonna do breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, right? So that's 5 meals. For breakfast, you're not gonna be making eggs Benedict and bacon sandwiches and all kinds of nasty stuff for you. We want you thinking healthy breakfast options. Come up with 2 or 3 breakfast options. If you want to do yogurt and berries 5 days a week, that's totally fine. If you get a little bit bored of that and you want to do it, say, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and have a healthy breakfast burrito on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then have Sunday be your brunch cheat meal, that's totally fine. But give some thought to this. Come up with 2, 3 breakfast items, put them on your grocery list, done. Move on to the next thing. Snacks. If you've got a well-stocked snack drawer at your office, you really don't have to think too much about this. I encourage everybody to drink a protein shake at least once a day, so that takes care of one of them. So again, with snacks, you only need 2 or 3 options there. So give that some thought, figure out some healthy options for you, and some things that you can always have on hand. Lunch, if you think about it, most people eat leftovers for lunch. I either eat leftovers or a salad or both pretty much every day. So lunch is really not that much of a task. You just need to plan ahead, do some prep work on Sunday, and make sure that you pack your lunch before you go to bed so that in the morning when you're running out the door, you don't have to worry so much about that. So lunch is usually pretty easy. Dinner, come up with 4 to 6 options for yourself. We probably eat leftovers at least once a week. We probably go out to dinner once a week. So 4 to 6 dinner options for the week, and make them easy. Do some prep work on Sunday to help set yourself up so that you're not sitting there, chopping things up and you've got some of that prep work done. That really helps you out there. So if you think about it, grocery list, you only really need to plan out 2 to 3 options for breakfast, 2 to 3 options for snacks. Lunch, you're probably gonna have leftovers or a salad, so that's pretty easy, maybe 1 to 2 meals for the week, and then 4 to 6 dinner options. So take some time, plan this out, and it helps you out when you're at the grocery store. Some tips to keep in mind while you're doing this and working through this. Sometimes it's hard figuring out what you want to eat for the week, so maybe keep a little notes app in your phone as you go along. If you're really jonesing for something, then keep that in mind, look up some healthy recipes and have some fun with it. We do a lot of themes, so on Mondays we try to do like a meatless Monday. Tuesdays is usually something Mexican Taco Tuesday for us. Wednesdays, middle of the week, sometimes you're a little beat down, so you have leftovers or something quick, maybe something that we prepped on Sunday that we've got sitting around in the freezer. Thursdays, maybe we feel like Thai food that week, or maybe we feel like Chinese food or Italian or whatever it might be. Fridays is usually probably our night to go out and relax, and that's kind of our cheat meal for the week. Saturdays, if we make it home at a decent time, usually we'll do some pretty good prep cooking on Saturday. There's nothing I really enjoy more than sitting around on a Saturday night and making a big pot of stew or soup or something like that. There's a lot of healthy recipes that you can do on that. Sunday we're doing all our prep work anyway, so a lot of times on Sunday we'll just have a big salad, whatever it might be. But start thinking about if you want to do a theme for the day, you want to do a theme for the week, you want to eat all Thai food, look up some Thai food recipes. If you're just getting into cooking, it can be a lot of fun to look up recipes and have fun with it that way. Write things down. We keep a little whiteboard on our refrigerator just to remind us what we're doing for dinner tonight, tomorrow, the next day, what we're having for lunch. We kind of map it out in that 5-meal format, Monday through Friday, and then we'll put a couple of notes on for Saturday and Sunday just to make sure that we're not cheating all day on the weekends. So write this stuff down. If you're real tech savvy and you spend your entire life on your devices, then maybe create a notes app in your cell phone. There's some nice apps that you can download where you can share it between roommates, spouses, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it may be. Read your labels. So when you get to the grocery store, really give some thought to what you're actually putting in your body. And if you can't read or you don't understand or it's a real long chemistry term, maybe you shouldn't be eating that. So read the labels. What you want to avoid on labels is words like natural. Natural is not really regulated. They can put natural on pretty much anything, so just because a label says something is natural does not necessarily mean it's good for you. What you want to look for are words like GMO-free, organic, that applies more to your meats, cheeses, dairy, eggs, fruits, vegetables, anything with fruits, vegetables where you'd be eating the skin. You want to look for organic, so apples, berries, that sort of stuff. 100% whole grain. When you're looking at your grains, they can put whole grain pasta on any kind of pasta that has any type of whole grain in the ingredients. Unless it's the top ingredient and it's 100% whole grain or mostly whole grain, then it's really no better for you than if you were eating regular pasta. So look for that one. Cage-free, antibiotic-free, wild-caught, that applies to your meats and proteins, cage-free, eggs, antibiotic-free, pretty much all of the meats, wild-caught. You want to look for fish instead of farm-raised, which has a lot of toxic compounds and build-up just based on the way that they raise the fish, shrimp, that sort of stuff. Clean out your pantry. So every now and again, but I urge you all to do this before you start the program or at any point during the program. Look through your pantry. If you've got things that are expired, throw them out. It's not good for you. Oils. If you can smell an oil, olive oil especially, if you can smell it and it's got like that rancid smell, throw it out. Buy something new, buy something fresh, store it, cool, dry place. Throw out the junk, the candy bars, the chips, the pretzels that we tend to squirrel away and tuck deep back in the corners, because when you're really hungry and you're reaching for that snack and it's sitting around, you are going to eat it. So if you can clear that stuff out, keep it out of your house, then it's not available and you're not going to get to it. Instead, with your pantry, try to stock options: whole grain pasta, whole grains, beans, canned vegetables, canned goods in the refrigerator. Stocking the refrigerator video that we're going to do, we talk more about what to keep in your freezer and a little bit about what you should be keeping in your pantry. And then when you're at the grocery store, really try to stick to the 90-10 rule. The 90-10 rule is you should spend 90% of your time or fill 90% of your grocery cart with the things on the outside of the store. So if you think about how a grocery store is set up, you walk in, you've got the fruits, vegetables, produce section, and then you work your way through. You've got the meat counter, you've got the deli, maybe skip that. You've got the baked goods, maybe skip that. But you wanna hover around the outside of the store and really spend most of your time and spend most of your money on the items that you find on the outside of the store, your fresh stuff, right, your perishables. The 10% is the stuff that you find deep tucked in the interior, in the shelves and stuff like that. And that's all your canned goods, that's your cereals, that's your soda pop, that's your candy, that's your chips, that's everything that comes in a bag. And you want to keep that stuff out of your grocery cart because you want to keep it out of your house, which keeps it out of your mouth. And so if you can stick to this 90-10 rule and really concentrate on buying fresh foods and stocking yourself with the things that you're going to need for the week instead of buying things that can sit around for days, weeks, months without expiring, and they come in bags and they're prepackaged, and there's a lot of toxic stuff in that we want to avoid when we're trying to eat right. So just a way to think about meal planning and grocery shopping for the week. If you come up with any ideas that you think would be helpful, please share them with myself or the group, and we hope that this helps. Give it a shot this week. Let us know how it goes.